A flat, thin, non-conducting washer has an inner radius R1 and an outer radius R2. The washer is uniformly charged with an areal charge density that's positive. What is the electric field at the center of the washer? Well, recall that the electric field for a ring of charge, which we derived earlier, considered the symmetry of the problem. So if we took an element on this side, this element of charge produced an electric field that points radially outwards in this direction, and similarly, choosing an element on this side produces an electric field that points in the opposite direction. So you can see that the components pointing to the left and pointing to the right cancel each other out. And similarly, if we took charged elements on the opposite side of the ring, they're going to produce electric fields that cancel these ones. So by symmetry, the net electric field at point O is 0. So you can consider this washer being assembled by these concentric rings of charge. Now let's go to part B. Consider the coordinate system shown in the figure with the z-axis coinciding with the axis of the washer. Calculate the electric field at point P at a distance of z from the center. We'll recall our electric field due to a single ring of charge was Coulomb's constant by the charge by z on z squared plus r squared, where r was the radius of the ring, to the 3/2, and by symmetry, this electric field pointed in a positive z direction. Now if we consider this washer being assembled by these rings of charge, then we can consider this ring of charge as a differential element that produces a differential electric field in the z direction. And given the variables in the problem, being the permittivity of free space and the areal charge density, we can write Coulomb's constant as 1/4 pi epsilon naught, and dq is the areal charge density by the circumference of the ring. So each ring is going to have a variable radius, so we have 2 pi r being the circumference, and we give the ring a thickness in a radial direction being dr, and that's multiplied by z and divided by z squared plus the variable radius of the ring squared to the 3/2, and the electric field acts in a k direction. So to get the net electric field due to the charged washer, we integrate from the inner radius of the washer being r1 to the outer radius of the washer being r2, effectively summing the contributions of all those rings of charge. So again we use u substitution. So if we take the constants outside the integral to tidy it up, we have sigma by z, and 2/4 is 2 in the denominator, pi cancels, and we have epsilon naught, and the integrand becomes r on z squared plus r squared to the 3/2. And the net electric field points in a z direction, and that's integrated from r1 to r2. So if we use u substitution, we have u is z squared plus r squared, and therefore du is 2r dr. So the electric field can be written as sigma z on 2 epsilon naught, and we integrate from z squared plus r1 squared to z squared plus r2 squared, and r dr is 1/2 du, so we get a 4 here, and we're integrating u to the 3/2 with respect to u. Now let's get rid of this. So what we get is the electric field is equal to sigma z on 4 epsilon naught, and the integral evaluates to u to the -1/2 on -1/2. So this here becomes a -2, and we have 1 on root u evaluated at z squared plus r1 squared and z squared plus r2 squared. And don't forget that this electric field points in the k direction. So therefore the electric field is minus sigma z on 2 epsilon naught by 1 on the square root of z squared plus r2 squared minus 1 on the square root of z squared plus r1 squared in the k direction. So given that r2 is larger than r1, then the left term is smaller than the right, so we get a negative result, multiplied by a minus, gives an electric field that points in the positive z direction. Or alternatively, we can take this negative out and swap these two terms. So we have r1 and r2.